Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willowbound Journals, and I have a whole bunch of fun goodies in front of me today to share with you. This will be a very chatty video. I've got a lot of different things to share. The first one is that I have now put up the antique French postcard kit in my Etsy. So a little while ago on my channel, I shared these beautiful antique French postcards that I thrifted while I was in Melbourne. I have gone ahead and scanned all of the fronts and the backs with this beautiful handwriting and turned it into my latest printable kit, which is in my Etsy, and there is a link down below in the description box to that. Here they are, the ones that I've printed and cut out. You do get access to a PDF, ready to print PDF that I've formatted for you, where you get this exact collection here that you can cut out yourself at home. But you also get the individual files of what I use when I scan them, so that you can size them however big or small you want for your personal projects. And I have included some extra backs as well with some of this gorgeous handwriting, including 2 blank ones, because sometimes I like to include the blank postcard for writing on. And I know some people like to print out the fronts and backs so that they can glue them together. So it actually looks like a proper authentic postcard. And if I was to do that, I would definitely print out like more of the blank ones because I like having a blank space on the backs of my ephemera so they can have some writing space there. So that kit is available now. If you are a patron, a Ruby patron or higher, please do not buy this from my Etsy because you already have access to it over on my Patreon website. So for those who don't know, Ruby patrons and higher, you have access to every single digital kit that's in my Etsy right over on my Patreon. All you need to do is type in the search bar Etsy or click the tab that says Etsy, and it will bring up every digital kit that I have. I think it's like over 50, over 60 kits there. So you can definitely make the most of that if you want. And you can also type in the word printable, because that gives you access not just to the Etsy printables, but to patron exclusive printables, the ones that I either don't have enough to make a kit with, or just extra bits and pieces that I have found and loved that I only share with patrons. And for the month of October, I've got a special here for you again, where if you are one of the first 8 people who become a patron in October at the Ruby tier or higher, you will get sent to you this bonus little Happy Mail envelope filled with some of my favorite goodies. So last month in September was the first time I did this for birthday month, where I included some of my favorite junk journal supplies in a Happy Mail envelope for the first 8 people who became a patron in September. Big thank you to all those lovely ladies who joined in September, by the way. I hope you love your Happy Mail. So for October, I wanted to do a theme, and this time I did a vintage paper pack. So one of my favorite supplies is just vintage papers, vintage ephemera. So I'll give you a bit of a sneak peek. I don't want to show everything because I want it to be a bit of a surprise. You get one of the vintage playing cards, you get some vintage stamps, you get 2 of my handmade pockets, one with a coffee dyed envelope with the window. I love that, love how it sounds and how it looks. One of my piano paper pockets, a vintage library card, a coffee dyed doily, a beautiful botanical book page, some vintage music paper, some vintage pattern paper, as well as this gorgeous the tissue paper that you get in those patterns. I love using that for collage, and there's some extra goodies in there, things found from my travels and things I've thrifted, including some vintage French book page as well. So lots of fun goodies in there, and I will write the person's name on the front, put their address and stamp it, and I'm going to close it with that beautiful sticker. And I'll also, of course, include a handwritten thank you note from me on that thank you card that I use, that says "with love from Keanu and JD," with his paw print and my handprint, because he's definitely my crafty cat, and love that he wants to be involved in all my craft, lying on top of my desk and being part of my videos, walking through the videos and maybe meowing in the background. So cute. So yeah, that is for the first 8 people who might want to become a patron in October. Perhaps you're someone who's wanted to become a patron for a while, or you just want to try it out for a month and see what it's like. Basically, it's a way to support your favorite artists or creators, and also a way to get extra goodies from them like this. So for the Sapphire tier, you get access to all of my extra videos, including the Junk Journal series where I make a journal from start to finish each month. And at the Ruby tier, you get access, of course, to those videos plus the printable kits. Going up the tiers, you get some mail tiers where you get the printable kit sent to you in the mail, or maybe a small happy mail or a small journal. The highest tier is the diamond tier, where you get a journal sent to you every month, or a larger happy mail, or a paper pack or something like that, like a larger paper pack, A4 size. So yeah, that's the different tiers. All the links will be down below in the description box for that. Oh, I should also mention patrons also get access to all of my members videos. So I put up extra members videos for those people who are members of my YouTube channel, but I also put those videos up on my Patreon, so patrons get all of those as well. And I just want to really thank all of my members and patrons in particular, because you guys are the reason I can keep filming videos every day for you. And, you know, it's my full-time job to create for a living, which is just an absolute dream come true, and something that I pinch myself about. And it literally is made possible because of you. So you really do make a difference in my life and make a practical impact in my day-to-day living. So I am so thankful. I hope it gives you a thrill, whether you're a member or patron, to know that yes, you might be getting some extra videos or some printables, but you are also really supporting me in a meaningful way that I am so appreciative of. So the next thing I want to share was some upcoming printable kits that I'll be having in my Etsy. First, I just want to show you this kit that has been in my Etsy for quite a while. This is one of the most popular kits that I have, where it's some beautiful vintage French envelopes. And it does include the fronts and the backs of them as well. And sometimes people tell me that they print both and stick them back to back. Other people just tell me they use the fronts, which is what I do. Because again, I like to use the back, leave it blank for writing space or to glue something on. So that's been in my Etsy for quite a while. Now I have this new pack of vintage envelopes, or antique French envelopes, that has taken me quite a few years to accumulate, and I finally have enough to turn these into another kit. So I'm not sure if anyone would be interested in another kit, because there is already that other kit, but it's just another variety, different color stamps, different sizes, different color papers, really fun. So I have been, like I said, collecting these over the years, and I've had to kind of have a bit of restraint, because I can't use them until I have enough to be able to scan them and put them into a kit. So now that I have scanned them, I can feel free to go ahead and use them in my journals. So that is a beautiful stack. I will be interested. You can vote in the comments. Let me know which kit you would like to see next. Here's another option. This is another antique French postcard kit that, again, I've been accumulating over the years. It's taken me a while. I've got plans for these. I've got some plans for some of these to be on covers of a collection of journals, but I've just had to hold off and wait until I had enough antique cards to make this kit. So again, you get all the fronts and all the backs. Another option for the next kit to go in my Etsy is another antique French tag kit. I have quite a few. I've got I don't even know how many, maybe 5 to 10 tag kits in my Etsy, with the different vintage French features, whether it's handwriting, whether it's collage, whether there's wallpaper, whether there's just beautiful invoices and documents like this kit. I love this one in particular. I love all the different types of font and imagery and text and the colors. And this one is, there's some handwriting ones here, and there's also some collage ones. Last week I made a couple of collage masterboards out of the French documents, and I cut them all up, and here you go. You can see these beautiful collage tags as well. So I already have, like I said, so many tag kits. I try to put them up because it's good to mix and match them. I love using all of them in my journals and just mixing and matching them throughout a collection. So those ones are there. And then I also have this antique document kit. So I spent a bit of time, quite a lot of time scanning all of these. This one has some beautiful ones. There's some smaller pieces. There's some full-size pages, quite a lot of full-size pages actually. They're folded in half, but they're full A4 size. Lots of beautiful documents there, and that will make a beautiful, beautiful kit. There's all different types of documents. So if you have a preference, let me know which one you'd like to see up in my Etsy first. Either the envelopes, the postcards, the tags, or the documents. And if you have a preference of order, you can let me know in order which ones you want. And I'll intersperse them with other kits as well, because I always like to put up other kits too, like my embroidered linen kits. Here's another kit. This is another one that's very popular in my Etsy. It's been in my Etsy for quite a while, but aren't they stunning? They are just so striking, the colours, really beautiful. I get questions about printing. So for my ephemera, I print on 200 GSM paper because it's not too thick, not too thin. If I'm printing documents or papers, I print those on just normal 80 GSM paper. This is a laser printer that I use from my old work where I used to have an office job as the administrator. But I also print at home on my Epson EcoTank, and the colours come up really nice there too. I don't have the capacity to print on thicker paper, I don't think, at home. So I'm able to print on the thicker paper when I go back to the office. And I do all my scanning at the office printer as well, because my printer, it scans so slow, so slow. So yeah, I like to do some printing and scanning all at once if I am able. So I was thinking about how I do love authentic original ephemera in my journals, but recently I was thinking that I struggle to use that type of ephemera. Like, all I would do is just appreciate it and look at it. But when it comes to journals, I actually want to not just have something I love looking at and that's pretty and beautiful, but I want something that's usable, something that I can either write on or stick a photo on. And so what I was thinking is I want to go back to those types of journals that I made where I did half and half, where half of the items would be authentic and original and the other half would be printable. That way you still get the beauty and the joy of authentic original pieces, but you also get pieces that are workable, that are usable, that I can actually not feel intimidated to write on. Because I've been recently just making journals with only authentic original pieces, and that's great. I love them, but they sort of become more like, I don't know, keepsake time capsules to look at and appreciate, not actually use. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to half and half. That's not to say sometimes I also like just using printables to make journals, of course. And of course, in the future, I will continue making some that only have authentic pieces. But for my balance of a journal that is both beautiful and original and authentic and all that kind of thing, I do want that usability as well. Because that's, essentially for me, a journal is something to be used, something to be written on, something to combine with my own stories and ephemera and that kind of thing with what's already there. So yeah, I just want to share that thought process, what's going on in my head as a journal maker, as a creative person, and that's what I think I'll do. So I printed these out because the authentic original pieces, I wouldn't want to write on them. I just want to look at them. Whereas these ones, I can put them into a journal, slip them into a pocket or paper clip them in, and I can feel free to write on the back. Perfect. So yeah, that was a lot of information in this video. I hope that you enjoyed it and had fun looking at some of these goodies that are coming up in my Etsy and on Patreon. I have had them in my collection for quite a while, actually. It's just taken, it takes energy and effort and time to scan it all. So I finally did that all in one big session. And now I do have to just format them and edit them to turn them into the printable kits. So if you have a preference, do let me know and I'll work on that kit first. And yeah, all the links, like I said, are down below in the description box. Huge thank you to everyone for your amazing support and for all your beautiful comments on my channel. They make my day when I wake up and I see all your beautiful comments. And yeah, if you would like to become a patron in October, I will be so glad to send you this extra little happy mail. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. A big thank you to my beautiful patrons who supported me in September. You are wonderful and I appreciate you so much. Thank you for believing in what I do. If you would like to become a patron, my Patreon website is linked down below in the description box, and that's where you get access to all my extra videos, including the monthly Making a Journal series videos, plus all my printable kits from my Etsy are on my Patreon for the rubies. And depending on your tier level, there's mail that can be sent out to you, little happy mails or journals, and that kind of thing. So thank you so much for all your amazing support and words of kindness and encouragement. It means so much to me.